Human Theory, copyrighted, author Jason Simpson, which is myself. If you'd like to use some of my intellectual property, please contact me. Today we're going to do quantum gravity. Quantum gravity, you take two protons in a basic rudimentary model and add them up into multiples of a proton, of course. It will equal, if you take muons and treat it just like a proton, but let's call it a muon proton, 16, 16, 16 is 336. And if you do the same analysis that we done basically 148, which is 10148. So under the same analysis, 304, 16, 320. Make the zero a little bit better. 320. And then we get this 656. Well, gravity is, and the same math we've been showing all along, the power rule, minus 11, 656. Or you go plus 11, 6, 7, 8. We'll show both of those. Now, that leads to gravity. The plus 11. 11 is a muon lepton. But let's look at alpha radiation. Alpha radiation was two protons and two neutrons radiate and make a atom more stable. If you take that and put them in multiples of a proton divided by a proton, you get the 656. This is the same math we've been doing all along. And you go a little bit farther and you take the double square root of it and you get the 336, which is our original muon lepton. You go a little bit farther. Let's take the gluon values that we get and take the square root of 2 and square root of 3. I then showed you the square root of 48, and we get the 752. And if you go backwards with the 257, you get 656. Those are all three family of particles, which gives us some symmetry. Yet, if we take the 752, take Einstein's original equation, m equals E over c squared, you just take the lowest value of 1, you get 376, which comes from 752 times 2 equals 752. Although, and then you run it the other way, and you get 1312, which is the 656 times 2. Now, if you take it up and put a 2 over the square root of 2, you get the 752, not the 376, and you get 8 times 315, which is ANSU's, which I showed you like in the first video. And going down, 16, 16, 16, 48, which is square root of 48 equals 48. Let's just take the diameter 16 times 315, and which should be gravity, 32 diameter, and that should represent gravity. So put a 4 over there and you get the 504, which is 16 times 315. And if you put another multiple of 2 in there, you get gravity itself, 667 and 336, which is our original muon lepton. Now let's take that 6 over the speed of light squared and do an analysis on it. Okay. If you take away the lepton, the 656 plus 590, you get 32. And then in the same number, you get the 623, which is 16 times 315, and it equals. And let's follow their analysis because we started in Fibonacci. And there's our original Fibonacci, which we use for the proof E. And this is our W and B fields, which I showed in the first or second video. And there's our 233. There's our W if we add it up, times 2, which is a mole. And we have the B neutral field. And you take that, that's the 602. And it makes sense for the mole to be that. It's supposed to be a transformation number, but actually it comes from the isotopes in the Earth's crust. And this is the process of the weak force that causes that. Now we look at the B, that's 608. The 608 is a 304, 304, which I just showed you. And 48 plus 608 is 656. Now let's take a mole, and that we just got from the weak force, and you divide it into that number that we originally got, you get gravity. And you also get the Fibonacci. And let's go on farther. You get the 678, that's 667 plus 11, which I told you. Minus 11 is gravity. Or you go a little bit farther, and you get gravity itself. Now let's keep on going. Let's see how this ties in. And here's our B neutral field. And 29 times 8 equals 232. And C, speed of light, is 2999, 792, 458 times 10 to the 8th. Well, it's just for significant digits. Let's just use the 29. But this should produce gravity. We're going to unify all forces. So let's go ahead and do that. The neutral W and neutral B, if you times those, that's 8 times 67 is 53360. And if you take the speed of light and you use the math I showed you from the very first video all the way through to now, you get the 656. And really what that is, that plays into dark energy, because leptons increase dark energy and the quarks decrease it. So, and why that is because the W and B fields in the process of all the unified forces stopped the universe from expanding so quickly. And let me show you something real quick. Really the dark energy, 19 of 20 of dark energy value gets canceled. And there we go. That's our original equations. If y'all have any questions and any posts you would like me to do later, please contact me. And if you wish to collaborate, please contact me. And let's work together to make the world a better place for the next generation. Have a great day.